Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Keys Boxing Gym Talk, man. I am your host, K-Rod216. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight, man. Yeah, we got a nice little boxing weekend. Later on tonight, we have Fendor versus Keith Thurman. I gave my prediction on that yesterday. If you guys can go check that out. But now we're going to talk about what just happened. Moses Itauma just destroyed Jermaine Franklin in 5 rounds. But before we get into that, though, guys, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment, help me to help you. Mosey Tama, he did his thing today, man. He knocked him out in brutal fashion. Something that Dylan White couldn't do. That was kind of controversial. A lot of people, including myself, thought that Jermaine Franklin deserved that victory. And then Anthony Joshua, even though it was a clear decision loss to Anthony Joshua, but it was somewhat competitive at times. He stood in there with, with the big puncher that's fast. Mosey Tama, he stands out. He stands out of everybody right now because he is the first person to stop Jermaine Franklin and did it in spectacular fashion. Nice little sneaky uppercut, putting him flat on his face. I remember a few months ago when Motividia, and shout out to y'all, man. Y'all got some very dope content. I'd be the first one of the first ones to watch the videos, every video that y'all drop. Y'all made a video a few months ago about Mosey Tama being the next Mike Tyson, and I wasn't too sold on it. I'm like, oh, it's too soon. It's too soon. What is he? He was 12-0 at the time. Like, he hasn't been tested. He's had 20 amateur fights. He's 20-0 as an amateur, but it was just a short-lived amateur, it was short-lived. But, man, I would have to say he could be the Mike Tyson in the UK, a big draw. Next, Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua was a huge draw when he first came into the scene. Huge draw. Got him a title shot early in his career when he fought Charles Martin. Same thing could happen with him, man. He looked good, man. He put his punches together fast. And what stood out, and I know that's what they worked on in the training camp, Mosey Tama and his team, is just being first and surprising him, just catching him. It's not going to be some little pit-pat thing that Jermaine Franklin thought was going to happen. I throw a lazy jab, and then you think about what you're going to do next. No. Most of the time it was on. He countered. He countered with some fast shots. Hurt him multiple times before the knockout, man. I think he's going to be a problem. I think he's going to be a real good problem, man. They can go the route of making him a champion early. I mean, that'll be dope. I mean, he is the #1 contender for the WBA belt, which is held by Usyk. I think the smart thing to do was not put him in there with Usyk, and I think Usyk knows that too. Usyk on his way out the door, he's retiring. He's fighting a kickboxer later on this year, and we'll see what he does after that, man. But I mean, it's going to be a lot of belts vacated, man. And like I said, he's the #1 contender. I would definitely love to see Mosey Tama again, man, fighting for a title shot. I'd like to see him test it some more. Get somebody in the top 10 rankings this time, man. Let's move him up, man. He destroyed dude. So I think he has a great future. As for Jermaine Franklin, I see him coming back. I see Jermaine Franklin being the next Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson's the man that fought for Tally Klitschko. He fought and he just stayed in the UK. The UK are going to try to keep him. Europe is just going to try to keep him, make him a gatekeeper, make him somebody like a stern test for an up-and-comer, a prospect just like Mosey Tama. That's what I see happening with him, unless he comes back to the States. But I think the money is going to be in Europe, though, because they're going to keep calling his phone and wanting him to be a stern test for these upcoming great heavyweight prospects. But nevertheless, though, man, Mosey Tama did his thing. I could not wait to see him in the ring again. I would like to see him in there against a top 10 opponent, man. It would be great to put him in there with Filip Hrgović. I would love to see that fight. That should be the fight next to make. Hrgović just, I think he just won his fight today, too. So why not? They just fought the same day. Make that fight happen, And that's my time. Please like and subscribe. I will be dropping the video later on tonight after the Keith Thurman and Sebastian Fandor main event, man. So thank you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.